The second step in becoming more conscious is about thinking big. Thinking big challenges you to look outside yourself to see the world clearly, to expand your mind, to be curious, and to tap into your creativity. To do this, you need to overcome the pitfalls of being too narrow in your thinking. When we are less conscious, we see the world through a narrow lens. We think too simply or get stuck in our fixed mindsets and unconscious biases. One way to think big is to be your own drone. Being your own drone is like getting up on the balcony to step back and see the bigger picture and to hear the bigger story, which is key in our disruptive and accelerating world. It's about knowing how to scan your environment to see many vantage points. With it, you have greater vision, self-observation, and discovery. You can train your conscious mind to see connections, interdependencies, and changes in your environment. So here are some tips to help you think big by being your own drone. To get up on the balcony, you need to create the space in an accelerating world to slow down and think. What gets scheduled gets done, so schedule some time to get up on the balcony to do your best thinking. Look for patterns and themes that will help you see connections. So get out of the minute details and look at the bigger picture. Make connections between points of data, understand how world events relate to your life, and see problems from different vantage points other than your own. Move constantly between the balcony and the dance floor. The speed of change requires plans to be constantly adapted, so to get on the balcony to get a new perspective, then step back on the dance floor to put the plan into action. Finally, understand your external environment and context. Getting on the balcony is about understanding your customer needs, your competition, industry, political, social trends, and how these might impact your business. Many of us think we live in an either-or world, coloured in black and white, win or lose, us versus them. This mindset narrows our vision, limits possibilities, and reduces choices. It affects how we think, solve problems, and make decisions. Simple either-or thinking doesn't cut it in a complex world. Conscious people excel at both and thinking. They broaden their perspective and create more choices by holding opposing ideas in their heads at the same time. There is room for both. We live in a complex world filled with tensions from different directions. We need to manage for today and plan for tomorrow. We need to manage long-term goals and monthly targets, generate revenues and manage costs, and balance our work and our personal lives. In a complex world, we must think from a broader perspective, examine problems from multiple angles, and develop more creative solutions. So here are some tips for thinking big by practicing a both-and mindset. Identify if a challenge is a problem or a paradox. Problems are to be solved while paradoxes are to be managed. In a complex world, we need to deal with paradoxes with a more than one right answer mindset. Identify and explore opposing ideas. Stay curious when exploring the opposite viewpoint. Asking, "Tell me more," will help to solicit diverse ideas and cultivate deeper understanding. List the pros and cons of both viewpoints. We tend to focus on the benefits of our perspectives and the limitations of other viewpoints. Consider why you are defensive. Your blinders may narrow your perspective. Another's option may actually broaden your vision. Look for the both and when making decisions. By getting the benefit of opposing viewpoints, you generally will arrive at a better decision. More people will support it, which will help you execute.